Every file begins with a name someone tried to erase. File opened. Record unstable. Nothing is random. At Kavreth Hall, names were important. Every cadet had a room number, a training score, a species file, a medical trace, and a command record. The Academy kept everything. It recorded every failed test, every broken bone, every argument, every panic response, every act of courage. Nothing vanished inside Kavreth Hall. That was what Instructor Kerris Vaun believed until she found the empty chair. The chair was in Training Chamber 3. It appeared in a routine seating map from 12 cycles earlier. 21 cadets had been assigned to the chamber, but the class record listed only 20 names. Kerris checked again. 21 seats, 20 uniform lockers, 21 thermal traces entering the room. 20 names, 1 empty space. She was Isavem, calm by nature and trained by profession. Her hands did not shake. Her face did not change. But she stayed alone in the records room for almost an hour, staring at the place where a name should have been. By morning, Kerris brought the file to Verris Pell. His office was dark, clean, and too quiet. Verris stood near the window, tall and thin, his pale silver eyes turned toward the cold moon outside. He did not look surprised when she entered. That annoyed her immediately. Kerris placed the file on his desk. "There is a missing cadet in Chamber 3. Verris did not touch the file. Missing people usually have names. Kerris answered. "That is the problem. This one does not." Verris looked at the screen for 1 second too long. Then he said, "Show me everything." The file was broken in small, careful ways. There was no face, no species marker, no voice profile. But there were shadows where data had once been. A training score without an owner, a medical scan without a body, a uniform request with no size attached, a disciplinary warning for leaving formation, signed by an instructor who had died years before. Kerris watched Verris as he read. His expression stayed calm, but his silence changed. It became older. "You have seen this before," Kerris said. Verris closed the file. "I have seen many failures in Academy records." Kerris stepped closer. "That is not what I asked." Kerris questioned the surviving cadets from that old training group. Most were now officers, pilots, healers, or dead in distant wars. Every answer was the same. There were 20 cadets in Chamber 3. No one was missing. No one remembered an empty chair. No one remembered a name being removed. One former Durmach cadet laughed and said, "If someone had vanished from my unit, I would know." A Dovral medic said, "I remember treating 20 after the accident." An Ulshok officer sent a perfect attendance model proving there had never been a 21st cadet. The model looked flawless. That made Kerris trust it less. Sera Vannik heard about the file by accident, which meant she had probably been listening where she should not have been. She found Kerris in the lower archive hall and asked one direct question. "Was there a red scarf?" Kerris turned slowly. "Why would you ask that?" Sera looked uncomfortable. "I do not know. I just felt like there should be one." Kerris said, "This is not your investigation." Sera nodded. "That usually means it is important." Before Kerris could answer, the lights in the archive hall flickered. A locked screen at the end of the room turned on by itself. The screen showed old surveillance from Training Chamber 3. The image was damaged. 20 cadets stood in formation. Then the picture bent, and for 1 second, a 21st shape appeared beside them. Small, still, almost erased. The face was blurred. The uniform had no symbol. The cadets around the figure did not turn, as if they could not see the person standing beside them. Then Verris entered the recording. Younger, but not young. He walked straight to the blurred cadet and spoke. The audio cracked, failed, then returned for one sentence. "Do not let them finish forgetting you." The recording stopped. Kerris said nothing. Sera said nothing. Verris stood behind them in the archive doorway. Neither of them had heard him arrive. Kerris turned first. "You knew." Verris looked at the black screen. "No." Sera frowned. "You just talked to them in the file." Verris said, "I knew someone was missing. I did not know the file still remembered." Kerris's voice became colder. "Who were they?" Verris answered quietly, "If I knew that, they would not be this far gone." The screen flickered again. A single line appeared. Nharven Archives. Local memory. Trace protected. Kerris tried to open the protected file. The system refused. She tried again with instructor clearance. Refused. She tried with medical emergency access. Refused. Then the screen displayed a message. File denied to prevent completed disappearance. Kerris stared at it. "The archives are hiding data from us." Verris said, "The archives hide data from everyone." Sera looked between them. "Why?" Verris did not answer at first. Then he said, "Because sometimes a file can kill what it tries to save." The archive hall became very quiet. Somewhere deep in the academy, a door unlocked by itself. They found the locker below the old west wing, behind a wall that had not existed on any current map. Inside was a folded cadet uniform, a cracked training badge, and a small red scarf. Sera reached for it, then stopped. Her eyes filled with tears she did not understand. Kerris watched her carefully. "Do you remember them?" Sera whispered. "No." She touched the scarf. "But I miss them." Verris closed his eyes as if the words hurt him. The locker screen activated. No name appeared. Only one sentence. "When the name is gone, grief becomes the final proof." By the next morning, the room was gone. The wall was smooth. The map was clean. The surveillance file was empty. Kerris still had no name, no face, and no answer she could prove. But Sera kept the red scarf hidden under her pillow, and Verris kept a copy of the denied file in a place the Academy system could not reach. In the official records, Training Chamber 3 had only ever held 20 cadets. No one was missing. No one had been erased. No one had asked Verris not to let them be forgotten. But deep inside the Nharven archives, a protected file stayed closed, and on its cover, one warning remained. "Do not let them finish forgetting you."